Let's go. There we are. Welcome, everybody, to the 41st episode of the Hohner Live here on the Hohner YouTube channel. I'm very excited about today. Hello, Gabriel. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for your
Man,
time.
what a pleasure. Thanks for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be with you. I'm a big fan. I love the playing.
Likewise.
And thanks, everybody. And I hope, I'm really happy. Thanks.
So I'm very excited. I have a lot of questions, but I'm sure you out there also have a lot of questions. So feel free to ask your questions in the chat for Gabriel. For those who don't know Gabriel, where are you located right now? Close to Rio de Janeiro, right?
Yes, close to Rio, yes.
So Gabriel is from Brazil. I would say he's your new favorite harmonica player on the chromatic, if you don't know him yet. He always finds unusual paths to enrich the universe of Brazilian music with his chromatic harmonica. And besides being known for his solo work, he's also known for his work. And now I'm like working on these pronunciations. Emeto Pascal. Tico Buarque, Yvonne Lins, maybe, and Hamilton Giolanda.
Hamilton Giolanda, yes.
Just to name a few. So that was very close. My Portuguese is very bad.
You did good.
I had like a tiny little Portuguese lesson at the music school in Cologne where I started out to study. And I sang Carinhoso.
Oh, man, that's a beautiful song. I love it. I just love it. Yeah.
That's a beautiful
This is like
piece.
a beautiful piece. Everybody's like our, everybody loves in Brazil. So really touch.
Yeah, I would love to play that in Brazil one day with you.
Oh man, that would be a pleasure. That would be a pleasure for sure.
So, of course, like, it's very exciting to just start out at the very early musical beginnings. Like, you are releasing albums for a very long time now, and you've been in the music world for a long time. But how did the whole music thing actually start for you? Like, did you actually start on the harmonica, or did you play any other instruments before?
Yeah, man. I had like a few lessons when I was 7, 8, piano lessons. Like a few, really few, like 3, because I was really, it wasn't really a good experience I had
I
because
feel
I
you.
had, yeah, man. I got became like traumatized with music at some point because I think that really happened with a lot of people in the beginning. So that's a really important parenthesis we make for for the the education thing. So I think in the beginning it's really important to have a very soft way to begin and to to begin to feel music to play because I think it's much more in the beginning it's much more about feeling than really knowing
Yeah.
the names and stuff. So uh, I went to the other side. It was like the teacher wanted me to read, so I was like, oh no, man, I want to play soccer, man. Please, no, no, let me go
Nice. Yeah.
play soccer. I don't want to. I wouldn't want to do that. So I was kind of traumatized with music from 7 years old until maybe 13. And then when I was 13, I began to play a little bass on the heavy metal band. That
Okay.
was fun. Yeah. And I played a little bass in a heavy metal band. And when I was like 14, 15, something like that, I began with the diatonic.
Oh, really?
Playing. Yeah, I played the diatonic, man, for a
Do
while.
you still have some diatonics?
Oh man, I really sucked. I really sucked in the diatonic. That's what I tell a lot of people. I mean, when I mean students when they come to me, oh man, I want to play the small one, the big one. I say, man, it's not like piano. It's not like a guitar and acoustic guitar. It's not like piano and keyboards. it's another instrument. It's completely different. So I don't play the diatonic anymore. I played for a while, and I when I was like more in the blues scene. So I began when I was like 14 until I was like 17, maybe 16, something like that. And I was like I was really intuitive at that point. So I didn't know. I was like exactly the opposite I was in the beginning. So I was like just listening, just trying to learn things by ear, and that was like that was really cool. I mean, because I really could let's say go through the trauma, something like that, you know. So I got comfortable with music again, and then I was like, okay, playing the diatonic, and I of course I loved Brazilian pieces and compositions, so I was trying to play a few, and I didn't I couldn't make it. So I didn't know your technique. I mean, the overblow overdraw thing.
Oh yeah.
Uh, the chromatism is on the diatonic. So, and at that point, it was really I think maybe only Howard Levy did that. I don't know. It was I'm talking about more than 20 years ago, so a long time ago. So yeah, man. So I was like, oh, and then a friend of mine said, man, there is a harmonica with a key like this, so you press, and then you're gonna find these notes you're looking
Okay.
for. It was really funny. He just said just like this, you know, you're gonna find that those notes. I said okay, and then I bought a chromatic, and then I was really it was really my instrument. I really felt that was my thing, you know. Really, I was really oh man, this I love this thing. It's and then I kind of I still played the diatonic for maybe 1 2 more years, but I really got into the chromatic since I was 16, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's like the typical starting age for harmonica, I think.
yeah. No,
Like
yeah,
around 15,
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of people start there.
When I was like, I think when I was like 18, it was really the when I knew I was gonna, you know, be a musician and really, you know, work with. Maybe I didn't know because I also studied. I graduated in journalism. I did another
Okay.
uh, university because I was kind of afraid of living only by music. You know, like this, you know, family things. Okay, are you sure you want to be a musician? It's hard. It's not easy to get money. All these things. Okay, you can, you know, play music, but work with this. It's not, and it's not. I mean, it's true, but we can always figure out some ways to make it work. So of course, it's not the typical
Yeah.
bureaucratic thing, but that's why we love it as well.
Even now, like, what has changed for you? Like, I mean, you are a touring musician and you travel the world usually, um, and also played all over Brazil. But, like, what was the main thing that changed? Like, you're also doing a lot of online stuff, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, you talking? Well, let me come back a little. It was like I was born in Brasilia, in Brazil's capital, and so I moved to Rio uh, around 18 years ago.
Okay.
That was that was when I recorded my first album. My album call it Diz que fui por aí. It kind of means tell them I went around there, something like that. It's hard to translate, but it's kind of this. And then I really went. I really came to Rio, and Rio. I mean, uh, Rio and São Paulo in Brazil are the really two big cities, and things really happen here. And when I
So
moved
music
to
was the reason for you to move.
yeah, definitely, yes. That was when I really got into, you know, the professional scene. I mean, I began to record more. I began to play and to work with great people. I mean, a lot of important artists in Brazil since that time. I mean, since 2003. That was when I moved to Rio, and when my first album came out. So now I'm gonna release two albums this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's gonna be my 15th, I think. Yeah, the second one. Yeah, pretty much.
So did you record the new albums during the pandemic or also some stuff before?
Yeah, there's two situations. The first one, this is the it's an album with a lot of special guests around. It's this one I began to record actually 3 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
I was I recorded a song with a person and then another song with another person. Only my compositions. I really love to compose. That's one of my favorite things. So only my compositions, and so it's a lot of big names. I mean, in this album, it's half of half. It's singing. It's with lyrics.
Okay.
Singing songs like I have Lenini, who's a big star in Brazil. Zélia Duncan, Ed Mota, really good people here. I also have the pleasure to have Jacob Collier in one of the songs.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and Seamus Blake as well, a great saxophone player. Anat Cohen, clarinet player. Omar Sosa, Cuban piano player. Well, a lot of people. Hermeto Pascoal, Yamandu Costa. Well, it's a lot of great people playing.
That's like a big festival lineup.
Yeah, pretty much. This album it's really, I think it's really, maybe let's say the most important, because it's a big moment with a lot of very important people, and also only my compositions. So I'm gonna release this one in the second half of this year. And I just recorded an album like a month ago, which calls Rediscover, like separated, like disc cover, and which is an album of covers. I mean, it's only pop and rock songs, really famous, like The Police, like Queen, like Nirvana, like Oasis, like Beatles. Yeah, Bob Marley, all of these really famous people and songs. I recorded with a quartet, really good quartet, man. Eduardo Farias, it's an amazing keyboard player. Sergio Machado in drums, and a phenomenon from the bass, Pipoquinha. I don't know if you know this. He's really young and one of the most incredible bass players around the world. And yeah, man, and this one I'm gonna begin to release next month. So this one it's gonna come up soon. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. I never heard you play like pop and rock stuff. I think I saw a video of you playing "I Wish" by Stevie Wonder.
Yeah,
that's a little poppy, but also very bluesy.
Also, yeah, that's true, man. That's true.
So yeah, to everyone out there, if you want to stay updated and check out Gabriel's music, check out the description below. I linked all the social media links, so you can be the first to know about the album release.
Yeah, man. I'm really excited about. I was actually before beginning here, I was listening to the master, the final master, because the guy just sent to me yesterday. So I was listening and, checking if it's okay. And I'm really happy with the results. I mean, we worked on a lot of arrangements and for the songs. I did it with Eduardo Farias, which is this piano player, amazing piano player, which is a really big partner, myself. So yeah, I mean, we recorded we worked around 2-3 weeks on the arrangements, and then recorded all these songs. So yeah, I'm really excited, man. I'm happy with the sound result as well, and it's all filmed. So we recorded the whole album in one day. So it's all the songs are filmed, playing
fantastic
live.
Yeah.
it's really live thing, you know. So.
Wow, so a lot of output there. At the same time, I was wondering if you were ever taught or if you're teaching. So did you have a harmonica teacher?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I also like to teach. I always teach it, but in this during these times, I began to teach more because you know this crazy moments. So
Yeah.
I I've been teaching. Actually, I have like a harmonica class. I have like uh, 10 students in one kind of small course I'm doing, like 3 months course with a lot of things during 3 months classes, all one class per week. And yeah, I just begun this last week. So kind of yeah, man, kind of gonna do for 3 months. And I also have a few individual students as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to teach, man. It's great when people are interested, and that becomes really a big pleasure. I mean, it's I really like to do that.
So how old are your students usually?
Well, man, it's been crazy because it's a lot of different ages. I mean, there is like 20 something and until 60, 70. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
all the ages. I mean, I'm also teaching improvisation. I have two classes, so improvisation as well. So I have students from all the instruments. This is also more old people as well, and yeah, I'm really playing a lot. And I also prepared 3 different courses. This online courses which you buy it and it's ready and it's not online classes, but
Yeah.
yeah, this worked for me for a while. One, it's about composition. The other one, it's about improvisation, and the other one, it's about an interesting thing because it's a thing that not many people talks about. It's about how our mind works in music and how we can kind of break our traumas. And remember when I spoke in the beginning about my trauma, so that kind of made me thought a lot about this. So I saw a lot of people like, oh, I'm afraid to play because it's gonna sound bad. I'm afraid of making a mistake. All of these things. I was really thinking about this, and I kind of begun to study a lot, and I study a lot of I don't know how to translate this. It's like neuro linguistic
Mm-hmm.
things, so how our brain works, and how we can make how we can change things that we are used to do it. So that's one thing I was working on, and I kind of did a big study about this. I also wrote some things about this, and this is also it's the most different, let's say, a different course, which is it's really helping people to to improve. I mean, to go out of the that we say go out of the box, like not doing the same thing and go changing the way to learn using, I mean, different techniques, also, for example, meditation, breathing
Yeah.
techniques, these techniques that can really help in music. So that's a kind of different thing. And people were asking me to do a harmonica course. I didn't make one yet, but I would do it for sure. I would do it for sure.
Yeah, that's good. Also, yeah, I started to do yoga in December. It's really good.
It's amazing, man. It's amazing. I've been practicing for a while, yeah, and it really changed my mind, my life actually. It was,
Yeah.
yeah, it was really. I like to practice a little and then studying. I think it's we get more concentrated on what we do. I think we improve concentration. So that's a big deal.
So talking about improvisation, like I have a few students that sometimes feel like they have problems like improvising. They don't know what to play next and stuff like that. They don't know how to come up with ideas. That's what they say. Like they are pretty advanced students. But what would you recommend to somebody like that? Like, how do you develop your improvisational ideas? Where would you say do they come from?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things, but I think one of the things that the people doesn't talk a lot, it's this mind things, you know. So I mean, of course, we have to study all the scales, all the arpeggios, all these things that we have.
Sorry, I was being called.
No problem. But I think uh, when we have not to be, let's say, forbidden to think anything. So we have to try. I mean, we have to try to experience things. That's what I really love to do, to experience. And at home you can do anything. You can really try different things, and you can get used to what you like more. And then of course we when you're gonna play, present yourself in a concert or record yourself, it's different because you have to be a little more conscious that. But I
Yeah.
think that's what I like. There's a book, Konstantin, called Effortless Mastery.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know if
I heard about it.
yeah, it's from Kenny Werner, the piano jazz piano player, American. He's amazing, and this book really changed my mind also. Actually, this course that I've done, it's a little inspired on these ideas, you know. And so it's kind of and Kenny says one really interesting thing. He says studying is different from practicing. Uh,
Huge
so
difference.
yeah, so like when you're practicing, you kind of playing what you know. So it's kind of play to just playing, you know. And when you're studying, it's you really improving. So you have to know what to do, and you have to do things that sometimes you don't like to do. And
Yeah,
so
and you
it's
probably don't sound good while doing that.
yeah, that's why, because if you only practice, you stay in the same level, you know. You don't go to the other level. So you have to kind of face your, you know, your fears, your mistakes, your it's and that's what I can say to everybody. I mean, it's normal. Everybody has their own. I mean, everyone, even the greater musicians in the world, they have, I mean, their fears. I think the greatest musicians, they begin to get used to this, and they have a level of concentration and self-confidence, a higher level. So but this came, you know, along, you know, a lot of working and things, you know. So it's also another studying to be comfortable playing. It's also a you have to study this. It's not, if you're
Yeah.
not comfortable playing, uh, you're not gonna be comfortable just okay. Now I'm gonna not gonna be. It's not like this. It's also another study. You have to say, you have to work with your mind. Like, oh, I made this mistake. So oh no, I mean, you have to be, let's say, uh, comfortable with what happened already. That's the thing. I mean, because music's dynamic.
Yeah.
We're playing, and then what happened a minute, a second ago, we cannot come back there and change that. You did already, and that's cool. I mean, that's music. I mean, what you can think about a mistake when you made a mistake, and this mistake maybe only happened in your mind, because maybe for the other person that's listening to you it sounds good, you know. So maybe
Yeah.
it's your thing. So what you can do, you can choose a few paths. I mean, you can you can say, "Oh shit, man, I made this mistake. That's terrible." Oh, and then it's you're gonna go down and down, and you everything it's gonna be bad. Or you can say, "Okay, man, I made this mistake, but I'm gonna look forward and I'm gonna do better now." I mean, you have to choose this two paths basically. Of course, there is another paths, but these two paths are maybe the most important ones. It's like, or you go to the wrong way or to the right way. It's pretty much like this. Let's say the right way is it's to be, I mean, to be okay with your music, and to
Yeah.
be okay with your music, it's to be comfortable uh, with what you're doing. So if we are like comfortable with, I'm doing my best, I'm doing my best, and my best is different from your best, and it's different from somebody else's best, and it's different from the other person's best. So everybody has its best. So I think this is the most important thing about, I'm doing my best, and comparing also this competition things. I mean, I think you have to compete only with yourself. That's the thing. I think, I'm better than myself
Yesterday.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and tomorrow I'm gonna be better than today. That's the thing, because of course, I mean, it's good to listen to great musicians, to great harmonica players. Like I love your playing play. I love Howard playing, like like the overblow Otavio. Otavio Castro.
I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
Otavio is an amazing player, man. I love his playing as well. These guys are really special. I mean, you guys are really special in what you do. I love this harmonica. I also love Grégoire Marais. I love Antonio Serrano. This new harmonica players. I love their playings, and I mean, it's cool it's nice to listen to them. But I have my thing, and they have their things, and that's the most beautiful thing, I think, because each one has its digital, its signature,
Especially with harmonica. Yeah, it's so personal.
especially with harmonica. That's perfect, man. That's perfect because I think harmonica, for its nature, it's really unique. I mean, the sound, the sound that comes up the harmonica, it's really personal. I mean, it's hard to see. Of course, there is people that sounds like the other, but it's the instrument that has it helps us to have a personality, because it's really this drawing things also different from the other breath instruments. I
Yeah.
think it's really personal thing. It really makes to be personal. So it's a privilege. I mean, of course, and my references are different from the other references, and we build our things based on what we listen and what we're practicing. So, and studying, that's important. So yeah, man, I think that's when I understood kind of this, let's say, the scene, I become more comfortable with myself,
Yeah.
and like, okay, man, if I didn't do good. Oh man, this really sucked, but okay, man, I mean, it happens, and let's try to make it better next time. I mean, that's
That's
cool.
the same thing with live streaming. Like, we can't
Yeah,
undo this. Like, it's over.
yeah,
It's like online. That's
it's
the nice
happening.
thing. I mean, if we would record this like beforehand, then we would maybe say, "Oh no, I shouldn't have said that sentence," or I don't know. Maybe if we're gonna play something, oh, that was a bad solo.
Yeah,
That can't
no,
be online. Um,
no, I think this you talked about something interesting, because I think in some point we're coming back, uh, for vintage, let's say a vintage time, because it's this internet thing. Uh, I mean, especially for those who don't know how to work really good. Example, I'm gonna be more specific. Let's say I'm recording a lot of this live things. I mean, playing here. Somebody send me something, then I record here, and I'm filming with my mobile. So I don't know how to edit videos.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. I don't know how to do it. I'm terrible. So I have to play perfect. I mean, I have to do a really real live take from the beginning to the end. And if I make some mistake, okay, man, that's it. So I kind of, I think we kind of coming back for the old times, you know, that I'm enjoying doing this. I mean, this new album I recorded, it was everybody together. I mean, if somebody made a mistake, we could not, you know, do it again. So it's like this. It's real thing. I mean, I like this thing. I like music to be like this moment painting. I mean, we're painting something, and when we end this painting, it's there. Music, it's kind of this because it keeps. When we were talking about recording, of course, we have this recording, so it's kind of a painting. It's this moment. It's registering this moment. The other moment is different, and I'm kind of not getting old, being like having more than 20 years of playing around. That's like that's one good thing. I mean, I said I'm more comfortable. If I made some mistake, that's cool, man. And I'm trying. I'm doing my best, and that's fine. Kind of like this.
Yeah, that's great. Like, and just the thing is like that. What I tell my students is like, I mean, that's what you feel in the beginning. Also, it just feels good to play the harmonica, because you have that direct feedback, and you're so close to the source of the sound. There's
Yeah.
like no
Oh yeah.
hands in between, or I don't know what you can do. Like,
No, it's so directly to. I mean, it talks directly to our heart, to people. I think that's we're suspicious, but I think that's why harmonica. I mean, it's a really sensitive instrument. It really makes people are really touched. I mean, and it's really interesting. I mean, you've been from German. That's really cool. I mean, because a lot of histories, a lot the big things about harmonica went in Germany. I was
yeah,
very
but like
fascinated.
so many people in Germany aren't really conscious about it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, we're talking about the Matthias Hohner in the beginning of end of last 19th century, let's say, no? Made in the diatonic, and then there was Trossingen, right? Trossingen.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of beautiful stories about this man. And you know what happened, Konstantin? You're much younger than me, but I was like, uh, what I check in Brazil, and it's probably the same in German. It's like or either my parents or my grandfathers or somebody else's grandfathers played the harmonica.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh, you play the harmonica. My grandfather played the harmonica. My my dad played the harmonica, or my great grandfather played the harmonica. But it's. I think nowadays, we're beginning. I believe from my generation, maybe, with Antonio, they're a little older than me, but our generation, more or less, uh, from this that generation to your generation, uh, it really changed it. I think we really have a new big scene around the world. I mean, I can check a lot of great harmonica players
Oh yeah.
playing around the world. I mean, great players, and yeah, I think this is it's a new good time for the harmonica. I began to play really. It wasn't really. I was like I felt really alone, playing. I said, "Oh, you're playing." For example, when I began to play chorinhos, this style, Brazilian style, which
Yeah.
it's kind of a chorinho. It's, let's say, it's kind of a classical stuff. It's like three parts. It's
Yeah. Some of
long.
that stuff could be written by, it's like Brazilian Bach music.
Yeah, pretty much, yes. and it's long compositions to learn. So when I began to play Chorinhos, everybody was, oh, but you cannot play Chorinho on harmonica. You cannot do this. I said, well, man, I can try. So then I began to study this, and that was really like, you cannot play this on harmonica. Cannot play this on harmonica. I listened to a lot of these things, and I always said, yes, I can. Yes, I can. And I was doing all these things, and that were really said. I mean, you can play anything on harmonica. You just
Yeah.
have to learn. All the notes are there, so just learn. I mean, so I mean that's what I it was really cool to be, I mean, part of this, let's say, this changing thing. I can see a lot of the new generation in Brazil, for example, playing chorinho,
Yeah.
and kind of I maybe helped them to begin. I was like, oh, it's possible, man. Go ahead, man. Let's do it. Like, let's try, man. So I'm happy about this. It's nice.
Yeah, I love Sereno. Um, play
Yeah.
some stuff at concerts always, like, and mixing it up. Like, for me, it was always just about the instrument. I don't care about the style.
Oh, yeah.
You can
Yeah.
mix everything. Like,
I saw you playing chorinho pra ele, no?
um, I like to
Uh,
play the Norges Karaoke thing.
Noite Cariocas. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that too. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm checking out other stuff for some of the stuff is really hard on diatonic. Like, I play Ovoda Moscar.
Voo da Música.
You know
That's a
that one?
that's a hard song. Yeah, man.
That's crazy. A beautiful piece.
Beautiful piece. It's really classical stuff. It's really, I really love it, man. It's beautiful. And there's one curiosity about Brazil, man. That's cool to say. I mean, for those, I can imagine that there's a lot of harmonica players listening. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say about an interesting thing. Brazil is a country that really produced a lot of classical pieces for harmonica players. We're talking about the concert for harmonica and orchestra, Villa Lobos concert.
Yeah.
So I played that 3 times with orchestra, with big orchestra. It was so, oh man, that's one of the best
It's a
feelings.
great feeling to play with an orchestra.
This is like an orgasm, man. I was like, oh, I mean, this is, I think this is the most, this is like the top thing for a musician. I mean, to be the soloist with an orchestra, that's so touchable. I mean, I cannot forget. Oh, that's amazing. I get, it's crazy. It's always to remember. And so also the Radamés in Italy, another amazing composer, wrote a piece. Also 3 movements for harmonica and orchestra. Also Guerra Peixe. Also Tom Jobim. Also Jobim wrote some things.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like a concert also. He began to write some things, and then another, I think his son or somebody finished it because he died before. But there is this piece for harmonica and orchestra, I think.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
not,
I hope
if not,
there will be more and more classical pieces for the harmonica.
yeah, man. I mean, it's a lot of things in Brazil. It's a lot of I'm forgetting them. It's around 10 great composers in Brazil wrote for harmonica. So this is not really usual. So that's a good tip for all these people that wants to study these things, dedicated to harmonica. And these are really good studies. I can say I study a few. I study a little. I study the Villa Lobos and also the Radamés a little, not the whole thing, but a little. And it's really a great study, man. It's really hard to play, and it's really special to do it. I mean, I really recommend for everybody. There is this guy, Jose Stanek. You might know him,
No, no.
Stanek. Yeah, I'm gonna, because Stanek it's like a specialist in playing classical pieces in Brazil, and he knows everything about this, and he has all the lead sheets. So if somebody are interested about this, can certainly ask for this lead sheets. He certainly will have this. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, with the duo I'm playing with, we tried to hand out some composition mandates, and we got some pieces at least for piano plus harmonica, um, and they are classical. Some of them are contemporary too, like some weird techniques in there. And there's one by a fantastic composer from Los Angeles, Miguel Aldrich Ferguson, and we recorded that stuff last month, and I recorded it on the chromatic.
Oh man, cool man.
Because it's like a lot of long notes, but like in many different like harmonic worlds underneath, played like a composition for harp and harmonica. Basically, it's like a lot of harmonic worlds in the piano, and it just sounded better on the chromatic, so I practiced a little chromatic for that. I should send it to you.
I want to listen.
I will.
Please.
I will want to hear your thoughts about my chromatic harmonica playing.
Oh, please, man. It'll be a pleasure, man. I'm sure it's going to sound good. You're great, man.
I just have this jazz Hohner CX12.
This is a CX. I like this instrument. It's pretty good. I had a black one. It's a pretty good instrument. I it looks like I was when I got one of this, I was thinking about Stevie.
Oh yeah,
Stevie Wonder,
it's really like feels good to do the Stevie Wonder stuff on this one.
Yeah, I was like, maybe Stevie plays in this one. I don't know if he plays on this one, but
yeah,
it really is a Stevie thing. I love Stevie playing. I really love his playing. Really.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the real stuff. Like, what instruments are you playing? And yeah, also, what I'm wondering, which embouchure are you using? How did you start out? And
Yeah. I've been playing this Sirius Suzuki, the 64. Yeah. The actually I only use I sometimes play with the 48, but mostly with the 64.
I want a 64.
Yeah. The 64 I miss, because when I played the chorinhos and all these things, I really missed the low notes, so
and you have more options with the octaves. Like if you play octaves, it's beautiful.
Of course, I like to do the octave things and chord things sometimes, and
can you play some octaves in the lower octave for the viewers?
Oh sure, man. Yeah, like. Has this big from this.
That's a big range.
Big range, yeah, man, big range
for such a small instrument.
You spoke about carinhoso.
Which key are you playing that in?
C.
Oh no, I don't have my
Yeah,
low C.
man.
Yeah, that's
Beautiful,
like I
beautiful.
suppose like if you play that in Brazil, like everybody can
Uh,
sing along, right?
definitely, definitely. This is
Yeah, I always if I play it here, like I always expect the audience to sing along, but they never do. Like,
um, yeah, no, this is like I was born with you know, my mother. I was like a baby. My mother, meu coração, não sei por quê. This is like a everybody knows, man. It's so beautiful. You know
yeah,
the story
I
about the
learned the
song.
lyrics.
The lyrics are really beautiful. You know the story. It's really curious because it's kind of a choro, a chorinho, but the chorinhos officially they should have three parts. So Pixinguinha wrote this song, which has two parts,
Yeah,
and he put it. He never showed to anybody. He said, "Oh no, this is only two parts." So he kept like forbidden like for like 2 or 3 years, something like that. Oh no, this one is only two parts.
yeah,
And then when it comes up, it's like the most famous song in Brazil. So, but he hides this song, and then the lyricist guy, João de Barros, if I'm not, yeah, and he said, "No, man, this is beautiful. Let me write a lyric for this. It's really beautiful." So yeah, man, it's really cool to yeah. Oh man, beautiful. I like to play it with you, man. It was good. The delay didn't bother a lot.
yeah. It was okay for that piece.
Yeah. No, it's hard to play distance because it's sometimes it doesn't come. Beautiful,
Yeah.
man. Beautiful song. Thanks, man.
Um. Yeah, that's a beautiful piece. Yeah, I think I'm actually like I want to record an album with a lot of these pieces. Um,
Ah, you should, man. You should.
some Chorino, definitely too. Yeah, I want to learn some
Yeah.
more Chorinos.
Ah, you should, man. Definitely. Yeah. And man, yeah, man, it's a pleasure. Do we have any questions from the audience?
Yeah, let me look through. Everybody enjoyed the playing.
Cool, man.
Um, so yeah, if there are any like harmonica technical questions, obviously let us know. Yeah, well, what embouchure do you use? Are you lip pursing or do you also tongue block?
More lictors, like, yeah, pretty much. But I sometimes tongue block, but not much. More,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I only tongue block when necessary or when playing octaves like you.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true.
Um, but I should get more into the tongue switch thing.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. No, yeah.
I think there's a lot of stuff to discover, and I mean, you're also discovering crazy stuff. I saw some videos of you playing the MIDI harmonica, the Lacombe,
Oh yeah, yeah, man. That's an interesting
and I
instrument.
saw you using it on stage too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, during a show, I like to play one or two songs, just a little. I also like to play the bass harmonica sometimes, uh, which is really cool. And but yeah, man. I mean, the MIDI harmonica, it's another instrument as well. I mean, we have to find it there. It's latency, and sometimes it's not so precise.
Yeah,
Let's
and you
say,
don't have the physical feedback.
yeah, that's a little crazy. But if you find a nice sound, that's the most difficult thing, I think.
Yeah,
I was like, man, I was like for days and weeks and looking for a good sound. I mean, shit, no, this one, no, this one, no, shit, man. And sometimes I found 2 3 sounds that I like, but I'm still looking for a really special sound because it's not easy to yeah, it's not easy to be happy with the. That's what I was talking about the MIDI fangs, and what a tip for those who were interested. It's not it's not. I mean, it's my opinion. I mean, it's not so nice to imitate uh, instruments sound in general. I mean,
Oh yeah.
you're not gonna play a MIDI harmonica trying to sound like a harmonica or trying to sound like a saxophone or something like that. So that's for me it doesn't really work. So it's nice to go for the synth things, you know. So trying to look for a nice sound, a nice synth sound that's more original, I think. To just to try to sound like another instrument.
Yeah,
It's not so.
just play the trumpet then.
Yeah, that's just play the instrument, man. Trying to play, and once I saw a guy playing the MIDI harmonica, trying to sound like harmonica. I said, no, man, it doesn't make sense, man. Come on, that's you have to try to. I think this is it's a nice source to not let's say to change to for the audience. I mean, I'm listening to this same sound, and then sometimes you have another sound. I'm thinking that's my mode. That's my most let's say thought about this. I mean, I
Yeah.
wanted to not to bother the audience. Sometimes we're playing only high notes and in the same frequency. So I like to play really low notes, really ballads, and then a really crazy piece, and then MIDI harmonic, and then bass. I like to deal with the colors. I think this is a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe it's also a good option to practice on the plane as soon as you can travel again.
Oh yeah, that was cool, man. That was really amazing. When I was like I had this connection flights, and I was waiting. I think it was in Germany. I think it was in Frankfurt, with this huge airport, which everybody goes to Frankfurt. So,
Yeah.
and I was waiting for like 10 hours, something like that. And then, man, I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do? 10 hours waiting here. So I brought the MIDI harmonica, and I was playing a lot. I was really actually it was really cool because I had a concert, and I was studying my things, and it was really helpful. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, that's like the decisions you have to make if you're on tour. Like you can either like watch videos or I don't know for 10 hours,
Yeah.
or you can practice.
Okay. And with the MIDI harmonica, that sounds good. I think I bought the first model. I
Okay.
think they improved a lot after that. They're cool guys from Sweden, I think.
Yeah.
They're cool guys. They're really working. Do they have the diatonic? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I always thought about getting one, and it's like, I mean, it's pretty expensive. Like, for me, thinking about like it being, of course, you can set it to the diatonic tuning, but then like the bendings are weird.
Oh yeah, okay. I can, oh yeah.
It will be a
definitely
different feel in some way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. If they sent me one, they are welcome.
Yeah, man, you should develop with them. I mean, that would be interesting because it's hard to have the same. I mean, I can say in the chromatic, you don't have. I mean, the same feeling of the bands and this things we do with the effects in general. But it's another thing. I mean, it's another thing. Like Michael Brecker played the EW.
Oh yeah.
So all this, I love that. I love that playing. Like Herbie played with the crazy sounds. I mean, it's cool, man. It's nice. There's the conservative people doesn't like, man. but
True.
I mean, they sometimes, I mean, oh, you're playing this shit, man. This is not harmonica. I say, oh, man. I mean, I like to play this. It's not.
But yeah, I think it all changes. Like in 10 years from now, it will be like completely normal.
Oh yeah, man. And I think technology is here also to help. I mean, you only have to know how to use it, not to be boring. That's the thing.
Matthias is asking. He's also referring to the concert that's actually online. I think you can watch that. To all who are watching, there's a great little concert that you played at the Jazz Ahead in Bremen.
So Matthias from Denmark.
That's Matthias. He's from Hamburg. He's very close from where I live, I think. So,
okay.
but he's asking when are you coming to Germany again?
And I have to.
That's
go.
a hard question.
Actually, No, no. I mean, yeah, man. During this time, that's crazy because actually, I've been going in the jazz ahead for the last before the last year for the last 3 years now. So
Okay.
uh, this year I went 1 year before this concert, and 1 year after this concert. So
Hmm.
I did go last year, of course, because of the Corona thing. And I don't know if they're gonna open. I think it will be online. I don't know how it's gonna work this year, but it's in Bremen, this Jazz Ahead. So it's a really cool meeting. I mean, if they're open, I don't know, man. But if they're open, I don't know when. I'll probably go because my producer like to go there, and he likes that I go with him. So that's pretty much we do this, this business thing there.
Yeah. Antje is asking, do you only play chromatic harmonicas in the key of C or also other keys?
Only in the key of C.
Okay.
Only in the key of C. Yeah, yeah. I like, yeah. That was one. In some point, Mauricio and Hohner, my professor, he says, "Oh, you have to try another keys." And I said, "Well, man, it's chromatic instrument, so yeah, I'm gonna play in one key." So of course there's this E, for example, the E key. It's maybe the hardest one, but that's why I also study more the E key to be comfortable with it. So yeah, just on the C harmonica.
Yeah. Well, that's beautiful. I wish I would just carry one instrument.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, it's yeah. Of course, I mean E and maybe A are keys that are not so easy as the other ones,
Yeah.
but it's interesting in many ways. I mean, it's I like to one thing really interesting about the harmonica. It's to I think it's each key. It's a different world. That's really cool. I mean, it's not like a guitar, for example, that you really transpose the same, you know, shape for another thing. But each key is like a different color, and I like to try different keys. I also like to respect always the original key from the songs that I learned.
Oh, yeah.
I think this I think this is important. I mean to respect this. I mean, if he wrote on that key,
There
it's
is
it's
a reason.
there is a reason, man. There is a reason. That's
Maybe
what I
maybe it's
think.
the instrument it was written on, or
Yeah, no, and it's so crazy of this key things because, for example, I was like beginning to compose some things in one key, and then I was composing, and then suddenly I said, "Wow, I have to. It's not working." And then I changed the key, and then okay, the sound, the song was ready, was done, and so that's really crazy. I mean, you only sometimes you change the key, and there's the answer. It's crazy. It's crazy.
yeah, like some compositions. I don't know. They are ready, and then you, I don't know, put them up like a minor third or something, and it just sounds like happy after sounding sad or something.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Can make a huge
Yeah,
difference.
man, cool.
Um, One last
Yeah,
thought I
man.
have is,
Such a pleasure.
do you do you practice in your mind sometimes? Like, and if you do, how do
Yeah.
you do that? Like, there's that beautiful study by he's a diatonic blues player, Lee Sankey, and he talks about that thing called brainstruments.
Uh-huh.
So his suggestion is
Uh-huh.
that musicians aren't playing the physical instrument, but rather just like a model of the instrument they have in their mind. Um, it's very interesting, and I just wanted to know what you think about that or how.
No, it's really interesting. Yeah. Actually, I really think about the notes. Um, I kind of practice some solfeggio, thinking about the notes, the real notes. That's one way I like to play, and also think about when I'm gonna play something. I think about let's say the word in harmony. When I mean when you can change for example F for E sharp or B sharp for C, regular C.
Yeah.
So I think about these things also. Oh, and if I play this phrase, like I have to use this, let's say, way. So I like to think about these things. So yeah, I like also actually I compose most of my songs singing things, like with the mobile in the streets, like, oh, this melody, da, 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 dee, da, 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 ba, 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 ee, da, 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 and then I record, and then okay, and then I go to the piano,
Yeah.
and with the melody I record, and I always respect the key, any key that went off, I go to that key, and the last thing is the harmonica. The last thing is the harmonica, because I know, I mean, the harmonica, it's gonna come up easier, so I like to not to be easy for me, because I'm gonna try to compose something that you can sing. And maybe if I play the harmonica, I'm gonna compose something technical that sometimes you cannot sing. I mean, I think about this also. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and in the end, I always noticed like there's always a way for me to do it on the harmonica, so
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
way better starting out with something else, singing.
yeah. The harmonica is the last thing. I think every musician should sing. You don't need to be a singer, but you have to sing your ideas. That's really important.
Yeah. So how can we wrap this up? Is there another piece that we can play?
Oh yeah, sure, man.
I saw you play. I mean, maybe in honor of Chick Corea, we could play Spain or something.
Oh, of course, man. Yeah, that's
I saw a
beautiful
video of
song.
you playing that. I don't remember where that was.
Okay, yeah. I think with Hamilton, maybe. No.
Yeah, could be true.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a long time I've been playing this, man. Let's try to remember.
Oh yeah, yeah. We can like take.
Go. Yeah, it's hard to. It's a little delay here, so
Oh yeah, but we
I
can
have
just trade
a.
courses.
Go ahead, man.
I think that's the best we can do online.
Yeah, man, it's hard to put together, no? Yeah, man. Oh,
But
cool,
yeah,
man.
thank
Such
you
a
so much
pleasure.
for being part of this.
Such a pleasure, my friend. Really happy, and send a big hug to all of the people that are listening, all the harmonica
Thank you everyone
players.
out there, yeah, for tuning in.
And I'm a little dark now. It just went off. But thank you very much, guys. It was a pleasure, Konstantin. Let's play more, my friend.
Oh yeah, stay updated. Everybody out there, check out the links in the description box to also be the first to know about the album release of Gabriel. Also, there's a great Twitch event coming up later this month on 28th. We have a Funk Blues Challenge where you can send in your submissions together with Jason Ricci, which is going to be fun. I'll be online on Twitch at 6 p.m. Central European Time tomorrow. And yeah, well, what are you up to now, Gabriel?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go for my twin daughters. They're downstairs. I have two beautiful twin daughters, and Teresa and Catherine, and
Wonderful.
they're gonna be 2 years within 2 months. They're beautiful, and they're the reason of my life. And
Fantastic, yeah.
they're beginning to play the harmonica yet already.
I saw some pictures.
Yeah. They're really, really special. Really, really special. It was a pleasure, man. And if anybody wants to ask me anything directly on my Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, just get in touch, and I will be a pleasure to answer. Okay.
You heard it. Get in touch with Gabriel. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Gabriel.
Thank you, Konstantin.
Have a good day or good evening wherever you are. Bye.